now. So Zoom is linking with YouTube. All right, let's make sure. Okay, there is. Okay, here is the, let's exit the full screen so we can see both maybe. All right. Thank you. I'm starting right Let's mute this. All right. All righty. I think we're perfect. Okay, Teresa, give it a second. And it says live on YouTube. And we should be going live. All righty, we're having quite an audience. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today to our webinar. And we're very excited because we're going to be demoing with Amanda how to delist and relist within different shops in the same marketplace. And we have chosen for these, we're chosen to do it in Poshmark and eBay, which is most of our users are with those marketplaces, and we always get the most requests.
Well, just to keep it really simple, I'm going to use Poshmark only, because it's the same process.
And then we'll do it on the,
It's exactly the same process. You want to take your listings from one shop ID that you have on Poshmark and then transfer them to another shop ID on Poshmark. So we're not going Poshmark to eBay. We're going Poshmark to Poshmark in a different account. And so, you know, normally everybody knows that you can take your listings and refresh them on Poshmark on the same account. You would just, you know, delist and relist and that process. But the question is, how do you do that with a different account? So that's what we're going to cover.
And additionally, what are the benefits of doing it with List Perfectly, okay, and doing it manually, okay? So that's where we're going to be talking best practices, do's and don'ts. Are you saving time, and how does it work exactly, and what's the best flow?
Yeah.
All right, and then we're going to open it to our favorite part, which is live questions.
Yeah. So are we ready to dive right in and do a quick demo?
Let's see. I think how are we doing on Zoom, Teresa?
We've got 8 people in the Zoom room and 5 watching on YouTube. So
let's get started. You know how it is then.
I'm a big believer in starting on time for those that show up. So
exactly. To those that showed up on time, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I am Clara, one of the founders of List Perfectly, and this is Amanda. She's the founder of List Perfectly, but she's the one that figures out and fixes things at 3 a.m. and I'm the one just asking questions and trying to figure out what's not working, but here it is. This is our team, and there's Teresa helping us out, always on our side from day one. So Mandy, can you help us today and let us know how to delist and relist within the same marketplace between different accounts, and help us out and give us a demo.
All right, so let me share my screen so you can see everything.
All right.
Oh, your Zoom is different. Hang on. Let's get through these technical challenges first. All right, let's see. Share screen. Here we go.
There we go.
All right.
All right, Teresa, can you see our screen?
okay, now we sales analytics.
Perfect. Thank you.
So last time we did a Zoom chat, I went to a different window and didn't realize that Zoom changed, so nobody could see. So let's make sure as I change screens, you can see. Good to go? All right. All right, so that's important because the secret sauce in transferring listings from one account to another is using List Perfectly in the middle. So what you want to do actually is import your listings into List Perfectly, and then you're going to cross-post them directly from List Perfectly to your other account. So let's do that.
All
I'm
right.
just going to do one listing, but you can do this in bulk as well. I'm just going to let you know, if you have business or pro account, you can start selecting, and then I could click multiple listings. And then when I'm done, click stop, and it'll ask me where I want to copy to. But for the sake of this presentation, I'm just going to do one.
Yeah.
So let's take this little.
Andy, can I just tell you something?
Yeah.
I just cross-posted a bunch of stuff to List Perfectly catalog, and I did 155 at first and I didn't time it, but I just did 34 and it did it in 16 minutes. So less than 30 seconds.
Oh my God.
And it was just working in the background while I was doing the other thing. So if you guys, so this bulk cross-posting is fabulous.
No,
Awesome.
thank you, Teresa. Thank you.
That's
And
great
you
to
did
hear.
that from eBay or from Poshmark?
I'm copying my Poshmark listings into List Perfectly so that I can
Got it.
cross-post it.
Got it. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Okay, so again, just for the sake of this presentation, thank you for sharing about the bulk cross posting available on the business.
My screen while you're talking, I list perfectly, and then I clicked proceed. So what that does is it imports that listing into List Perfectly. And then I'm going to come over here and it's going to finish the import process. It basically is getting all the details from Poshmark, putting them into a List Perfectly listing. And then once that's finished, I can cross post over to Poshmark. So,
And this is available in all plans.
Yeah, all plans. So let's just take a look at the view.
And let's remember, whether it's individual or bulk, it's unlimited.
Yep. So if I just did, let's say 3 or 5 products, then I would actually see all my products here in my List Perfectly catalog. You can see here I'm in List Perfectly. And what I did was I clicked products and then view products catalog. And this shows you all the products that you have. And if I had more than one product, I could just click the boxes for all of the products that I want to send over to my other Poshmark account. So since I only did one, I'm going to do one, but the first step before I copy is I come over to my Poshmark, I log out. That's the important thing. You want to make sure that you log out of your current Poshmark account and log into the other one.
That's how simple it is. That's how
Very
simple. You don't have to send us any request to add your shop or anything like that. No, just log out and log into the right account.
So I was the Clothing Vault. Now I'm going to hop over to Winter Vintage and go over to my closet because I just want to see what I have in my closet. You don't have to do this step, but I just, for the sake of the demonstration, want to show you. So that you can see before and after.
Once a reseller, always a reseller.
Yeah.
We double check.
So this is, I only have, 2 products. This is just a Meet Your Posher. So I have 2 products in my Poshmark closet right now. So I want to cross post this little tank top over to Poshmark now. So I have an X here. And this is, again, the Business and Pro subscriptions have this little bulk lister here. If you're on Simple, you'll have a little cross-posting icon. Click copy to, and then we're just going to go over to Poshmark and move my Zoom window that's pesky and in the way. Click proceed, and then it's going to start the copy process and go right over to Poshmark. It's going to open a Poshmark window automatically for me.
Yep,
and
that's
here it is.
Absolutely normal.
And here's my images. And then I would just finish the listing from here. It's very, very simple. So you just want to select your category. And this would be a shirt. Here we go, tops, and then a tank top. And maybe it's not women's. You can choose the right one if it's men's.
Yeah.
Single item. I've got my size, no tags attached. There's my brand, color. Here's my original price if I wanted, and then I'm just going to move this again. Next. And list item.
There it is.
And there it is. So just like that, now in my Winter Vintage closet, I should see one more listing. These Zoom windows are always getting in my way. Here we go. All right, there it is. There's my product on Poshmark.
There
So,
it is.
and like I said, you can do this in bulk.
Yep. So we took it from the Clothing Vault, which is the shop that we had with Amanda. She created like 15 years ago in that shop. So we took it from the Clothing Vault to Winter Vintage. Same marketplace, Poshmark, and it's the same process for every. Can you do this with every marketplace? Yes.
Mhm.
Can you do this with every plan of List Perfectly?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can you do it in bulk?
Yes.
Can you do it individually?
Yes.
All right. The listings don't have an expiration date, as you all know. So it's a pretty simple process. And the reason you want to do this again is because with List Perfectly, when you import listings to List Perfectly, we're going to make sure we conserve and keep your images quality, not shrinking every time you're relisting. This is crucial when you're going to be cross-posting for multiple marketplaces. So the qualities of your images are as good as you had it the first day.
Yep. And now another question which I had personally is, okay, now I put my listing in both shops.
Yeah.
Do I want to leave it live in both shops or do I want to end it? That's up to you. But in this case, I might leave it live in both shops. And I want to show you a cool way to keep track of how, now you have all these listings, you're listing on multiple marketplaces, and now you have multiple listings on the same marketplace, but different accounts. How do you keep track? Right? So we have an analytics page for business and pro customers that you can add notes to. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. I have enable inline edit. I'm going to click it. And I'm going to add a note to this listing.
Yeah.
Listed on Winter
Vintage
and
TCV
account.
If you're watching on Zoom and you have your screen like I did on the right-hand side with all the users in there, just drag the top over so you can actually see where she's typing. She's
Oh, thank you.
right-hand side.
Okay. So yeah, if you can see, you can slide it back and forth. But here's a note. So now I know right from my dashboard here where that listing is. I listed it on both Winter Vintage and so I can keep track.
For sales purposes, you want to keep track and be organized about your inventory and having control in which channels do you have it. Well, you
Another important note is when you list from List Perfectly to a marketplace, even if I copied that listing from Poshmark into List Perfectly, recorded that,
I think you guys froze up. Okay, I think they froze up, but can somebody type in the chat and let me know if you can hear me? Okay, thanks, Liz. So I'm going to text them and let them know that their screen froze. And while they're doing that, does anybody have any questions about this? Basically, what you're doing is you're logging into Store A, taking your listings and pulling them into List Perfectly, logging out of Store A into Store B, and then taking them from List Perfectly and pushing them out to Store B. And you can do this on, you don't need two separate List Perfectly accounts. If you want to do it with the bulk cross-posting, I strongly encourage you to do that. It's part of the business in the Pro plan. It's an extra $20 a month, and so worth your time. I'm actually starting. Oh, good, Liz. I didn't realize that. So Liz is going to start up another store, and this was exactly what you need. And now you know how to do it. Okay, I'm just typing to them. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? It looks like it's frozen. Okay. I'm going to ask any questions in YouTube because they're frozen there too. So it's probably their bandwidth. All right. Anybody have, I was having a problem. Okay. I was having problems and posted in the Facebook group yesterday, but I updated the extension just now and it worked. Awesome. Yeah. I try to answer a lot of questions in the Facebook group if I can, and I'm not a technical person by any stretch. So if you, I know that I posted and responded to make sure that you had the latest version, and I just copied what I had because I knew I had the latest version.
With computer number 2.
Okay, so I'm glad that
All right,
worked within freedom.
Okay, Teresa, we can hear you. Oh, it might be.
Oh yeah, so I was just answering a question. I was taking over.
I love
it.
What bandwidth, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I know you guys, because you guys froze in both places. So yeah, so Jared and Hallie and Flippin' Freedom just typed in the questions that she was having a problem, and she posted in the Facebook group. She updated the extensions and everything's working fine now. So that's great.
Awesome. Excellent. Outstanding.
And Liz O'Kane said that she's actually gonna start up a secondary store, and this is exactly what she's gonna need. So
perfect. Yeah, that's.
I think she joined.
Exactly what you want to do when you're growing your business, your resale business, and you realize that one shop that you have has to become 2 or 3 shops. That's the only way to grow effectively and manage different shops. This is it. This is what you want to use. This is the tool that you want to use, so you don't pay extra for every shop. You don't pay extra for every channel. And that's very important because that's what we build it for. Oh, Lisa Kane says, I'm up to 60 listings. Okay, decided to throw some from existing store to the new, and this can really help. That is correct. Is correct. Yeah.
So Liz, I don't think that you were on the call when I first started, but I did, I think 155 earlier, but I did, where's my notes? I did 35 cross postings in 17 minutes. So less than 30 seconds each, from Poshmark to List Perfectly.
All right.
So that I could, because I'm having a problem at managing my inventory that I started on Poshmark. And so I'm pulling it in so I can sync it up with eBay. And so I've got 550 Poshmark listings. So
wow, congratulations.
But I have to tell you, that's probably close to 200 I did today while working in the background doing other things. So I'm convinced I will have all my Poshmark listings in List Perfectly before the end of the day without even thinking about it.
Wow. So to everybody, I met Teresa last year. She was a solid eBay seller, only Amazon, of course, you know.
I am such an eBay girl that my license plate is eBay girl.
I will never forget to hear you and Vicky that are on Poshmark is a dream come true. Diversifying is certainly a great way to
and you know what? And I didn't, my issue was that I've been selling on eBay since 1997. So I think I'm in my 23rd year. And so it was comfortable. It was easy. And I did sell on Amazon, but I hate selling on Amazon. So I never talked about it. But the difference for me is I am on, how many platforms are you guys on? 8? I'm on 7 of the 8 platforms that you guys have. And that's just because I haven't finalized Depop. And, but I'm almost there. And the only reason I'm on those platforms is because I don't have to learn them. Yeah. I just go to List Perfectly and push them out. I'm telling everybody this because I'm selling the same inventory that I've had listed on eBay for months, if not years. I'm not creating new listings. I'm not doing anything but taking my existing, I have 4,600 listings on eBay. and taking my vintage t-shirts and putting them on Etsy and then grailed. And then the next step would be for Depop, and taking my higher end stuff and putting it on Tradesy, and taking my fabric and putting it on Etsy, and all these different things. And I don't have to learn these. I just have to learn this perfectly.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that the stuff is selling across different platforms. Every platform has a different audience. And so that's why I encourage people. Somebody in the YouTube asked if the bulk cross posting was available for simple. It's not, but spend the extra $20 and get the business plan, and it will, and at least try it for a month. It's $20 for a month. It will change your life.
And even start with a simple plan, because it's unlimited cross posting.
Right.
So get your sales going. Get one sale will pay your upgrade. So just get that one. That's it. And then you upgrade. We made it so easy to upgrade and downgrade.
Yeah. And let's say you're just FYI, if you upgrade and you find that maybe the business doesn't fit you, like like she said, we make it so easy to upgrade. You know, your accounts are prorated. So it's, I mean, you could try it for a short amount of time if you want. And, you know, we make it easy. Yeah.
So start with the simple plan, and you know, list 50, 30, whatever many of numbers, and then say, hey, I like this. Let me try the upgrade to the pro plan or the business plan.
First. Yeah. Get the sales first, you know, milk that out. That unlimited, you know.
Or, I mean, that's one way. The other thing is, you know, we're all at home right now. Like, I am cranking this stuff out because I'm at home and I've got nothing else to do. So this is what I'm going to do. And so I am going to spend a little bit more money, but I will tell you that it takes, I don't remember how long it took for my sales to start kicking in on each platform, but they are kicking in. I think today I shipped from 5 different platforms. Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Posh, and Tradesy. So from 5 different platforms, I had sales today.
Yeah.
So
on fire, on fire. Congratulations, Teresa. We have a question from Jared and Holly. Flipping freedom to everyone. If you use the bulk option, does it auto post, or just you out them as drafts, or does it open the bulk cross post into eBay's bulk editor?
This is a great question. So in case you don't know, we have a philosophy at List Perfectly that we do not believe in just auto posting and pushing out your listings, because there is too much room for error. You know, and so we believe that it's important for you to review your listings on the platform. So what List Perfectly does is opens up a listing window and puts all of your listing data. And then if there's something missing or there's a field that isn't filled out, you can do that. And we believe in you maximizing your sales more than maximizing pushing out your listings. Exactly. If that makes sense.
Quality over quantity.
It will translate to more sales.
Quality over quantity.
The worst thing that you could do is push out a bunch of listings and be missing photos.
Generic description.
This is tech. You know, be missing photos, have pixelated, you know, problems, have misspellings, have your description cut off in a place that you didn't want it to, or you know, just being corrupted.
Or just a generic description that was cut and paste because you were in a rush and you just wanted to crank those listings. That is not generate sales.
Yeah, let me give a good example of that, because you know, eBay gives 80 characters. And so I have a very precise way that I do my eBay listings. I do brand, and then I do gender, and then I do style. Like, so it's Nike, men's, you know, blah, 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 baseball cleats, size 12. So when I cross post to Poshmark, I only get 40 characters. I immediately take out the men's, I take out the size, I take out color, because Poshmark search works different than eBay. Yeah. And I don't need all that information. So it's very quick and easy to edit and delete the titles. And like, you can get, I can't quite get a cross posting done in 30 seconds, but I can get it done in less than 45. So somewhere between 30 and 45 seconds, I can pull something into eBay and then pull it into List Perfectly and push it out, or just push it out from List Perfectly. I can do that in 30 seconds to another platform. And it's just super easy and fast. And the other thing is I adjust my prices, because on Poshmark, all my stuff on eBay is free shipping. So my shipping is included. So Poshmark, they're paying $7 to ship. So I adjust my prices down a little bit, but not too much, because Poshers want to negotiate. And so there's all these different philosophies. And on Mercari's final value fees are only 10%.
Yeah.
And they have a different shipping cost and scale. So sometimes I use their shipping, sometimes I ship on my own. So all these things are factors that help me adjust on each site. And then to hopefully, maximize the sales for each site, because every site has a different audience.
So there's a follow-up question that a little clarification. So talking in terms of upgrading, what would be the difference in the bulk cross poster? So that's a great question. It's just going to make the cross posting faster. So what we'll do is open up, let's say 10 windows at a time, and then you can just quickly go and put in all of your details. It speeds up your importing and your listing. I would, Teresa, correct me if I'm wrong, but instead of doing it one by one using the bulk, I estimate that it saves you about 50% of the time.
Easily.
Easily. So what you're looking at is a time saving.
Exactly.
And as well as the fact that business and pro come with the notes field that I don't know if that got cut off when we shared it.
We saw the notes field.
Okay. So
Notes, CSV files, title, a lot of stuff more that is just, like I said, it's just grow your business to those. Start with your simple plan. Make your sales, a couple of ripple sales. In a week, you'll make more sales because still unlimited cross posting. Then you go to the bulk. The bulk cross poster, we saw the record someone, Vicky, did. How many did she do? 150 in 4 minutes. Did she do? She has a very, very insane internet bandwidth. It's just insane.
I don't remember how many, but it was pretty fast. I mean, I did mine just now in 30 seconds each. So, so they asked about, does it open up 10 separate windows? Yes. So when I did my 34 right before the webinar started, it would have opened 34 if I would have walked away. But what happens is it opens them as they process them. And then I go through and I close out the ones that are already done. And so if you walk away and you have 50 of them and you walk away, then when you come back, yes, 50 tabs will be open at the top of your screen.
It's crucial to have, again, with List Perfectly, one thing that I want to emphasize, big part of our technology is Google. Google is a big partner. We wouldn't be who we are without Google. Thank you, Google. They let us do the extension. So having your Google browser updated to the latest version, clear your cache, is fundamental for List Perfectly to work fast and the performance to be flawless. And I just wanted to clarify that that's something really crucial, will make your cross posting much happier, much faster.
And results will vary based on your internet connection. Some people have blazing fast internet and they can do 200 at a time. Others with, let's say you're on a rural like satellite connection.
Yeah.
And
we saw it with 3 and then it goes. It takes a couple of minutes.
It'll take longer. You might not want to do so many both, but just keep that in mind. It really depends on your system, your internet, your browser, all the things that Clara mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing Wi-Fi on mine, and so 30 seconds each on Wi-Fi is, I've got pretty good internet, strong internet connection here. So that will make or break it. But now that saying, because early on, people that were in rural areas were having an issue, but List Perfectly fixed that. And so now if you're in a rural issue, you might not be able to cross post 150, but you can still cross post and it still is faster than manually doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you. Hey, Teresa, how are we doing in YouTube? Do we have any questions on YouTube?
We had, let's see. So Roberta, Army Thrifter, just was asking about the pro and the business plan. So we got that straightened out just with some questions. And then Kate Cam said, I just tried bulk posting with my business plan on 3 items bulk, but I still need to do manual details from Posh to Mercari. So yes, she was just asking about, there's some stuff that you have to manually fill in. It doesn't automatically do everything, and List Perfectly doesn't take that control away from you, which I like.
Yeah. Right, and that's the whole idea, because no matter what, you'll still need to, if there's a field that Mercari has that is not on Poshmark, you'll still need to get that information in, whether it's, from one place or another. We find that it's better to stick with, what Mercari is asking you for, instead of putting that field on List Perfectly because they change.
Yeah.
And this is the most accurate way to do it.
Yeah.
So that it's highly, it makes it simple. You see exactly what you need to add. You put it in and it doesn't take long at all.
Exactly. And besides, all marketplaces are timing their listing process because they don't want tools that are going to push automatically listings for you. They don't want this. Actually, they will disable any kind of technology that are pushing listings right now on behalf of you, the users. Actually, what they're doing is delaying. They're creating software to delay so they can fake a human behavior. So that's why we don't believe in fully automatized, because what you're doing is dancing around pretty much, your
Their
partners,
rules and regulations.
of your partners, Poshmark, eBay, they forbid the thing. So this is what we believe. You're resellers, we can always optimize our listings. The day that you say my listings are perfect, they don't need any help, is because you're a multimillionaire. And then I'll shut up. Okay, perfect. Otherwise, let's keep improving, people. We can do this.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm glad you brought up, because a lot of people, I still see it out there in groups and whatever, that says that, List Perfectly is a bot, therefore it's against the terms of service.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I mean, I just kind of roll my eyes. List Perfectly wouldn't be around with as many users as they have if it was.
Services are.
Yeah, exactly.
Any service that does the auto post is a bot. That's a bot.
Anything that you push a button and says publish, okay, and it's in their platform. Let's say I call myself Clarita platform, okay, and I say my platform publish, and it goes from Clarita platform to Poshmark directly. That's not again. That's against Poshmark.
Poshmark wants you to do the listing on their platform,
exactly,
not on someone else's platform,
or humanly done, in a process. Not going to automatize. And again, if you suck in what platform, you're going to suck at all of them. So until you don't get better in, and scaling gradually, that's what is going to take you to become a better seller.
Yep.
Any other questions on YouTube?
No, I just asked for questions in both on both platforms, and no more questions, which is pretty good. We're down 35 minutes with a technical glitch in there, so that's pretty good.
Oh my goodness. Thank you to our amazing audience, Jared, Margie, Pat, Teresa, amazing, everybody. Thank you so much. Do we have any final questions, requests, concerns?
I don't think so.
All right. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.